celebrates giving out diamond rings, trips around the world, free cars, then you deserve it too. Do you agree?
Yes.
Well, there's two words, two statements that I want you to write down that I always think about. Because I remember in the beginning of my career, you know, people always would say, yes, you've got to find the greatness inside of you. However, so many times we doubt ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
So many times we compare our own weaknesses with other people's strengths instead of focusing on our own strengths. And so there was a statement that I heard and I wrote it down and I looked at it every day, and it just simply said this: if others have done it, so can I. So I want you to write that down. If others have done it, so can I. If others have done it, so can I. If other women in this business are becoming star consultants every quarter, so can you. If others are debuting into their red jackets, so can you. Becoming directors, becoming executive senior sales directors, and as we saw yesterday, becoming national sales directors, so can you. Remember that, because what that means is that it's possible. And then the second statement I want you to write down is simply this: it's my turn. So write that down in your notebook. It's my turn. Because you've got to decide that if others have done it, so can you. But it's your turn right now, this year, to make great things happen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so repeat after me. It's my turn. Okay, that wasn't very good. We've got to get more excited. Okay, ready? On three. 1, 2, 3.
It's my turn.
Great, 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 great. You know, I thought I would start today. I'm going to share with you 3 stories that illustrate 3 different people finding the greatness within them. 3 simple stories. And the first is about Nafisa Omar. Now, she had no idea I was going to talk about her. But Nafisa, of course, is great. You see her up here, confident, right? Dedicated to this Mary Kay opportunity. And I remember her back when, as I mentioned in my speech yesterday, I remember Nafisa, you know, just kind of trying to figure it out. Is this business worth her time? She was educated. She had worked hard in the career that she was in to earn the position and the income that she had. That is where her security was lying. I remember riding in the airport in her pink car, she and her husband Jamal, and she was still working a full-time job. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason, not that I recommend it, okay? For a reason. She was still working her job. And I remember saying to her, Nafisa, you cannot chase 2 rabbits and ever catch 1. And she thought about that and okay, let me see, you know, what I can do. But you see, God had a bigger plan for Nafisa. And it was that year that Nafisa earned her first trip to China. And I don't remember if it was a Red Jacket rally or a China seminar, but she earned that trip and she went. And you know what? Her eyes were opened at what this opportunity could truly be and what it could mean for her. It was a turning point. And that's why you never miss an event. You never know which event will be the one that will turn that switch for you. And so Nafisa came back from China and she was all in. She put in her resignation And she decided at that moment, she did not know how long it would take, but she would become a national sales director. Because as Pat Fortenberry has taught us, when you are all in, when you are completely sold out on the Mary Kay opportunity, then you will go all out. And what that means is you'll work 100% in that direction. That's when she resigned from that full-time position. And because she was all in and decided to go all out, right now, Nafisa Omar, as a national sales director, is enjoying it all. Congratulations, Nafisa. And actually the last two stories are about my children. Some of you have heard these, but I love the point that it explains in finding the greatness within you. The first one is about my son Jacob, and when he was about 6 years old, we had a farmhouse because we lived in a city near Washington, D.C., and we would go to the farmhouse on the weekends and just to get out of the city, right? So that the kids could run and play and enjoy nature. And so different events would come out to the country, and one of them happened to be a rodeo. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a rodeo is where the cowboys go, right?
Yeah.
The cowboys, and they ride the bulls, you know, and I had never been to a rodeo, but it was coming to where we were. And so one of the children's activities was that they would actually not ride bulls, of course. Jacob was only 6, but they would ride sheep. These big sheep. I'm not kidding you, it's true. They would ride these big sheep. And so Jacob, Mom, I want to ride the sheep in the rodeo. And I thought, oh my goodness. I had no idea how to prepare him for this. So as we went home to our house in the city, I did what any good mother would do. I became the sheep for the week. Jacob hopped on my back and I ran around the house, and the only advice that I had for my son Jacob was, whatever you do, don't let go. That's it. I know, that's not the end of the story. That's the only advice I had for Jacob. And so I took him to the mall and I got him what I thought was a cute outfit. We went to the rodeo, and when the other children started coming up, Jacob announces to me and my husband and my daughter Katie that he was not only going to ride the sheep, but he was going to win the rodeo.
Woo.
And of course, again, I was terrified. We were not rodeo kind of people, okay? We had never been exposed to these activities. And now my son is saying he wants to win the rodeo. And so, as the other children walked up, I was wondering if this was a big mistake. The other children looked like mini cowboys. The big hats, right? The big boots, the chaps. I could tell they had been practicing a lot with their own sheep at home. Not Mom. And so, as the rodeo began, we took our seats, and Jacob had a bright yellow shirt on, and the kids went one by one, and really, I noticed they were falling off the sheep rather quickly. And so now it's Jacob's turn, and I'm peeking through to watch, and all you see, as soon as he got on the sheep, all you see is this bright yellow t-shirt going back and forth in the arena, just back and forth. In fact, at 1 second, Jacob was underneath the sheep, but he wasn't letting go. But he seriously was underneath the sheep. And finally, that sheep, it just stopped right in the middle. And Jacob let go. And long story short, Jacob, then Daddy, won that rodeo. Won a poster signed by a cowboy, okay? But he was excited. You would have thought it was $1 million. Now, what's the moral of this story? Was Jacob the most qualified?
No.
Did he have the most experience?
No.
No. Did anyone else think that he would win?
No.
No. But Jacob believed that he could. You see, what the mind can conceive and you believe, you can achieve. Jacob found the greatness within him because he believed that he could do it. The next story is about my daughter Katie, and Katie, you've met her, she's here, she is great. Katie is the life of the party, right? She's very social and talkative. And Katie has always been, well, growing up, Katie was always a cheerleader at her school. And so she started as a cheerleader very young. She really loved it. She would cheer as my son Jacob played basketball or played football. She would be on the team, the squad. And so when she started junior high school, doing great on the cheerleading team, her 8th grade year, she goes out to tryouts, which, you know, we all just knew that Katie would make the team, right? She's been making it, she's been great. But as soon as she walked out of that tryout, and these big tears coming down her face, we all knew that that's not what had happened. I never will forget that day. I cried, my mom cried, Katie cried. We were a mess. We could not believe that she had not made that cheerleading team. But you know what? Katie found the greatness within her. Do you know what Katie said? She said, don't worry, I'll make it next year. Don't worry, I'll practice harder. Katie went to every basketball game and watched her friends as they cheered, and she cheered them on. She gave effort throughout that year to sharpen her skills. She gave the extra and then some that it would take. And the following year, not only did Katie make the varsity cheerleading team as a freshman, she got the award of the most improved cheerleader. Is that great? Woo! You see, the lesson I want to share here is that through adversity, Katie kept a positive attitude. She kept a positive attitude, and she refused to give up. She refused to give up, and she found the greatness inside of her. You see, three completely different people, but they were able to find that greatness through those ways. So remember that as you are working your business. If this year is going to be great and you're going to find your greatness, you've got to make it great. And so I want you to write down these 7 keys to finding the greatness inside of you. 7 points. Number 1 is this: you have got to make a commitment. And as we know, the definition of commitment is carrying out the goal long after the mood that you set the goal in has left you. Because it's easy to get excited here, but it's what you do when you go home that will make the difference. Are you going to book your selling appointments? Are you going to bring guests to your next unit meeting? Do you have a plan of action you set with your director? You see, many are interested, but few are committed. So commitment is a strong key to you finding that greatness inside of you. Number 2, maintain a positive attitude. You know, having a positive attitude is 99% of success. Did you know that? Is that amazing? Isn't that amazing if you could just learn to be positive every day, that's 99% of finding that greatness inside of you, finding your success. Watch the words that come out of your mouth. Mary Kay Ash taught us from the very beginning that anytime someone says to you, "How are you?" What do you say? Great. Okay, one more time. How are you? Great. That was great. Now that was great. Now see, that felt good, right? When you say great, you give energy and positive feelings to other people. Use the words like I can, I will, I must. Take the words out of your vocabulary that are like, I can't, or I'll try, or I'll see what happens, because those are wimpy words. They're not powerful words. So maintain that positive attitude. Read positive books. Listen to positive motivation, and it will help you find the greatness. Number 3, always make other people feel important. The more that you help make others feel important, the more success will come into your own life. It's what we give that matters, isn't it? We will always get back what we give. So find something good in every single person that you meet. Number 4, consistently hold skincare classes. Our Inner Circle program and Power 10 are the most important activities that you can focus on in your business. The skincare class is still the very best guest event that you can hold. Do your skincare classes each week. That is where you will find your team members, your customers, and your future bookings. Number 5, have a vision and a dream in your heart and pass it on to others. Know where you're going. That's why we ask you to set goals. We ask you to have a dream because people want to be part of something bigger than themselves. Most people have kind of boring lives, don't they? They go to work, they get paid for that job, they come home, they cook, they clean, they take care of the kids. Maybe every once in a while they have a girls' night. Every once in a while they take care of their spouses. You know, when we meet people and we share this Mary Kay dream that we have, it gives them hope and excitement in their life, right? So what do you want to achieve this year? Make sure that you tell your customers at your skincare classes, this year I'm winning a diamond ring. That will get their attention. This year I'm earning a pink car. Then they're going to ask you, how? Right? Okay, have a vision and a dream. Number 6, set your goals. And I know Grace talked about this, but set goals. Short range, medium range, long range. Because like I said in my speech, a good day becomes a good week, that becomes a good month, that becomes a good quarter, that becomes a great year. So you've got to set your daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals. Write them down. Let your director help you to make the plan of action so that you can make those goals happen. That's how you'll move up. And then number 7, never give up. Don't give up. When you have people that tell you, no, they're not interested, don't give up. When you have people that you thought were going to be your best recruits, don't give up. Keep that dream in your heart. Remember, as Nafisa said when she looked into the eyes of her children on this stage, I'm doing this for you. You're doing this for your family. You're doing this for your friends. You're doing this for the influence that you can have to the women in Malaysia because you make a difference. And if this year is going to be great, I want you to start saying yes. I want you to start saying yes to more success. I want you to start saying yes to holding more skincare classes. I want you to start saying yes. To sharing this opportunity more. I want you to start saying yes to moving up the career path. I want you to start saying yes to working harder and smarter. I want you to start saying yes for striving for excellence every day. I want you to start saying yes to success and taking more action. And I want you to start saying yes to making your dreams come true. I love you all. Have a great rest of your day.